We are live here. Yes, we are. How you doing? It's Bruce here, Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the show. I got my green shirt on today with my Traveling with Bruce logo on it. I know a bunch of you folks have ordered some of this stuff, and I thank you very much. I got my little mug here, my Traveling with Bruce coffee mug. Fantastic. These are selling. It's fantastic. Thank you guys for ordering these. Caffeine-free Diet Coke tastes pretty good in the old mug, I'll tell you that. Gotta love that action. Shameless plug of his channel. Unbelievable. What a guy. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the show. I hope you're having a great day today, a good week. Today's Wednesday, hump day. It's June the 6th. D-Day, anniversary of D-Day today. Big day in the history of our countries, Canada, USA, of course, Europe, the world. What a time that was. You know, it's stunning. I heard a few years ago that, was about 5-10 years ago, I heard somewhere saying that 2,000 people a day are passing away from that generation. 2,000 people a day who served in the war. Unbelievable. Of course, my dad left. He left us in 2000. He wasn't even in the war. He was a kid when it started, and how old was he when it was over? In 1945, he was 15 years old. 14, 15 years old when the war ended. He was just young enough to not have to fight. But he had to do a lot of running, and he told me stories about running one direction from the Germans and running the other direction from the Russians, passing the Germans and going past. Unbelievable. The time, those times versus today, unimaginable. We think we have it so hard. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. I hope we'll have to see if we have any trolls showing up today. We've had troll issues the last couple of shows. Yesterday, I think we beat them up pretty good. We had a bunch of them trying to come in here and create havoc, and but we were able to eliminate them pretty quickly, and then we were able to defeat them because they had a little war going on with our thumbs ups and thumbs down game. They hit us with thumbs downs. 32 of them showed up and hit us with a thumbs down rating within 15 minutes of the airing of the show. So within 15 minutes, we had 32 thumbs downs, about 10 or 12 thumbs ups, and then the good guys came. That's you guys. And I think at the end of the show, we were 42 thumbs ups and 32 down or something like that, and it went even higher in the after hours. So what are you going to do? You can't control these guys sometimes, but we can delete them, and I have banned them from the channel. I'm hoping it holds. I hope it takes. Don't know if there's any more of these guys. We'll see. We'll just deal with it as it goes. What are you going to do? What else is going on with the channel? The channel itself, 2,133 subscribers. We're up again. Another 5 or so from yesterday, something like that, 4, 5, 6 more. Welcome new subscribers to the show. I hope some of you are watching today, and I hope that you can become regular viewers of the show. It'd be great. Watch my videos and everything else. What else is going on? The Facebook page. Oh my goodness. I created a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce. I think we have 98 followers now. Those of you who haven't come by, pop by and check it out. Check it out, as Bruce burps. The show, the channel or the group is perfect for any of you out there who've been on a cruise before. You want to say hi to me and the gang. You'll find the regulars there, and also post photos of your favorite cruise ship that you've ever been on. Some of your vacation pics. By all means, fire them in there. That'd be great. I'd love to have you join the group. And I'd love to have you post any stories you want to post, and like I said, cruises you've been on, pictures you've got. That's fantastic. Love it. What else is going on here? I'm just going to double check here. MG Toe is here saying hi. MG Toe, how are you? I don't know you. You're new. Are you new? Or are you a troll? I don't know. We have to wait 30, 40 seconds before they kind of start. I don't know. We don't know. We're getting new people in all the time, so sometimes I have no idea who that is. We'll keep an eye on things. Anyway, like I said, the Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce, almost 100 members already. It's only 5 days old. Fantastic. Great response. and I'm looking to continue to put product on there, more photos and videos and everything else, and everyone's stories. I love it. Yep, new but old cruiser. How are you, MG Tow? Where are you? Where are you from? Love to have you by. Tell us, where are you watching us from? What's your high temperature today? Everyone else is saying hi. I'll be saying hi to the gang here in just a few moments as I catch up with everybody. This is great. If we have a new viewer, I'm excited. Keep an eye on things. Everyone else here is signing in and saying hi to me. Fantastic, as usual. What else is going on? Oh, Amazon. The Amazon affiliate program is coming along. Another couple of orders have come through. Somebody picked up a few of those. I was highlighting those cubes, those packing cubes from Pro Packing guys, and somebody picked a couple of those up. They're going on a cruise, and they picked up a couple of sets of 6. Fantastic. I'm excited. Give them a shot. Let me know how they work out. This is great. Amazon shipped them within 24 hours. Boom, they went, and I got a finder's fee from Amazon for that. So fantastic. This is great. If any of you can find it within yourselves to go to my Amazon link on this video, or on the video I did yesterday or day before. On the description just down below, I have the link for Amazon. Just click on there. It'll take you right to the homepage of Amazon and shop till you drop, and they'll send me a royalty on anything you buy. I love it. It helps fund my little old channel here because YouTube isn't funding me still, and I'm surviving, or trying to survive on any kind of marketing I can put together to make this channel, help carry the load here. So that's fantastic. Thanks again for all of you who are sending me donations through PayPal. Appreciate that very much. And any super chats, so thank you. Although I prefer PayPal, as you probably know, most of you know. What else was I going to say? Just let me think a minute. If anything else I had to come up with. No, I can't remember anything. I think that's I'm up to speed on all the announcements I wanted to make on the channel. Subscribers, YouTube. I'm talking to a couple of YouTube creators. I'm trying to get together with a couple of them to see if I can have a couple of them come here as guests. I'm trying to put together something like that. It might be a little. Oh, Clifford, thank you so much. I just saw Clifford send me something. Thank you, Clifford. I'm trying to get a couple of YouTubers to come on here. I'd love to have like a guest every couple of days or a couple times a week, and we can talk about just what made you want to become a YouTuber, and we'll share notes. You guys can say hi, and we can say hi. Clifford, love you. $25 US just came through on PayPal. Just flashed by. Thank you so much, sir. That's awesome. I just need 1,000 of you guys. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Lost my train of thought, but yeah, YouTube creators. I'm trying to get some YouTube creators. Now, if you folks, if any of you out there are watching live or later, and you are a YouTube creator and you love talking about cruise ships, travel, something like that, get a hold of me. Talk to me. On the description here below this video, and on every video I make, I have my email address there, and you can pop me an email if you want, or you can go to the Facebook page and you can direct message me there if you like. And we'll get together. We'll have a chat, and we'll set something up. And I would love to have some guests come on this show so we can talk YouTube, and we can talk travel and cruise ships and whatever. And the invitation is open to any and all. So Jim Zim, if you're watching, I've left a message for Jim, but I haven't heard back because he's kind of busy. I'd love to have Jim Zim on here. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't that be fun if we could have Jim Zim come by? I'd love to just do a telephone interview with him, have him on the speakerphone, and we'll talk to him. You guys can ask questions, and he can tell us stories. I'm trying to get a few other YouTubers out there, and I've been in touch with a couple of them. So it's coming together. It's coming together. It's just a matter of availability and time, because they too are busy people like I am, and I'm trying to get someone to take some of their valuable time and come on live with me, which is not easy to do. To have someone record something for me for a minute or two, that's different. But to be live and engaging with it, that's another matter. So I'm working on it, and we'll see what we can do, and we'll compare notes, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So like I said, any YouTubers out there who are watching, today or tomorrow, next week, whatever. Let me know. Drop me an email. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me the name of your channel. Drop me some information how I can reach you, and we'll have a chat, and we'll see what we can do. I'm kind of trying to become the Larry King of YouTube. Trying to do some interviews here on the air. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to say hi to the gang here. See who's here. Peter, Jim Thomas signed in first at 117. That would be 417. Hi there, Jim Thomas. Good afternoon to all 90 here in Anderson, California. Today, Jim, how you doing, pal? I know you had that knee operation a little while ago. I hope that knee of yours is fully recovering here, and you're up and about and moving about even better every day. Peter Heckema, hi, Bruce. Peter, great supporter of this channel. How are you, pal? Love you. He's saying it's a very rainy day in Tarpon Springs, Florida today. Yes, we do get those days when we don't get much sun, but we really need the rain. Today it's 82 and very humid. Jim Thomas, let's set a record for thumbs ups today. He's saying, couldn't agree more. Wouldn't that be great if we could set a record? What are we at right now? 16 thumbs ups, no thumbs downs. I'm sure a couple are around the corner, but we'll see if we can get a whole bunch of thumbs ups today again. Fantastic. Jim Thomas, let's set a record. Tina Holt is here. Hi, Bruce and all. Cool 16 degrees Celsius in Toronto. Now 102 days till the Pride. Counting down to the next cruise. Fantastic. Tina, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to my channel. Stop by my Facebook page, the group page, Traveling with Bruce. Go over there, and I'll get you in there as a member, and you'll have a lot of fun there too. That's fantastic, Tina. I'm glad you're here at 102 days to go. The countdown is on. Pamela Jordan is here today. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Sunny in 91 here in Iva, South Carolina. Welcome back, Pamela. One of my originals, Gregory Hartman. Gregory, how are you? Yay, made it. I'm in the middle of a poker tournament, but listening to the show and watching it. Of course, storms on and off again here in Tampa. You get a 2 to 7 down, fold. 2 and 7. Worst hand there is, Gregory. Don't play a 2 and 7. Debbie Emanuel, hi, Bruce, and all says it'll be 88 in Chico today. Guessing it'll hit 90 through in Northern California. Stay cool and calm. Debbie, how are you? It's great to have you back. Oh, my goodness. Got the whole gang here. Gregory Hartman, it's mid-80s here. Debbie Emanuel, good luck in tournament. Gregory, Heather Young is here, 77 in Kentucky. Hello, everybody. Hi, Heather. How are you? Welcome back to my show here. Gregory Hartman, sorry, have had to miss trivia tomorrow. Got to see if my Washington Capitals can pull it off. This is a big one. It's game 5. They're leading three games to 1. If they win it in Vegas tomorrow night, they win the Stanley Cup for the very first time. Otherwise, it's back to Washington for game 6. So everything's on the line. We'll see what happens. Cam, hola, everyone. How are you, Cam? Gregory, I just hit you with 11. You just hit me with 11. Maybe that was the 11th thumbs up, and I've got more. I don't know. Tracy Dunlop, hi, everyone from hot and humid Naples. Hi, Tracy. Welcome back to the show. One of my loyal viewers. Love to have you back. Seakeeper, another one. Seakeeper, how you doing, buddy? Hi, Bruce, and everyone. 93 in the shade in Tequila, South Florida. Expecting a storm any minute. Sitting inside in air conditioning. Thumbs up. I have my big virtual hammer to play whack-a-mole. Waiting for the first moron to show up so we can whack them. The trolls. Getting the trolls. Randy Lucas. Greetings, Bruce and all. We're off the ridge today, and in Chico, where it's sunny and 80 degrees, stocks down. Maybe be time to buy into Carnival. We're going to talk about stocks today. We're going to talk about the stock market today, about these cruise ship videos. MG Toe said hi to start. Randy, thanks to all veterans, and a special thanks to those from World War II. It's D-Day, folks. Thanks to vet folks. MG Toe, yep, I'm new, but I'm an old cruiser. He says. Sherry. Hey there, Sherry's here. Sherry Ann 1965 at yahoo.com. Hey there, Bruce. We are going on the Carnival Horizon next month. Have you heard any negative things about the ship? No, I have not. I have heard nothing negative about the Horizon. I've heard good things, seen good things. I did a video about the Horizon about 2 weeks ago, and it's all thumbs ups on the Horizon so far. A Vista class ship. Lots of amenities, lots of places to eat. They got the Guy's Burger joint on the deck, free of charge. Enjoy all you want. They've got the Guy's Barbecue as well, the Guy Ferry Barbecue place. And the deal, I think, on that one is if you go at lunchtime to the barbecue place, you can have lunch for free. Now, I'm not sure if it's inside the restaurant itself because it is normally a specialty restaurant. But the Guy Fieri's barbecue place, I think they bring sandwiches out onto the sort of the deck there. Just you have to check it out for yourself, and it's free at lunchtime on C days. But then in the evenings you have to pay extra to go in. But apparently it's worth it. It's really good, excellent variety. So yeah, food wise, looking good, and they got great all activities, all kinds of activities. Of course, I'm sure you are going to have a great cruise, and you are going to give us a report when you're done with it, because I want to hear all about it. Norman Duarte, high, all sunny and 70 in Connecticut today. Norman, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you here, pal. Welcome to the show. And Jordan is here also. Hi, Bruce. Hey, Bruce and all. It's 21 Celsius in Brisbane. I'm getting colder every day. This is winter for her. 21 Celsius. That's like 70 degrees Fahrenheit is winter for this gal. I'm not crying for her. I sympathize. But, you know, we're only at 20 degrees here, and we're coming into summer. I love it with the snowflake logo on the message and everything. I love it. And welcome back to the show from way down under. It's great to have you. Cool Jazz. Hi, Bruce. Cool day in the Big Apple. 70 degrees. Yeah, that's kind of room temperature, isn't it? Welcome back to the show. Scott Batchley's here. Hi, Bruce and all. Enjoying the new Facebook page. Another nice day in Ventura. Fantastic. You found my my group page, Traveling with Bruce on Facebook. This is great. More of you are coming by. MG is telling me he's I'm in the deep south. And Jordan, hey, Debbie, hey, Cam. Debbie Manuel, hi there. And Debbie Manuel, Jim, another PayPal payment. How generous. Yeah, thank you so much. It is coming in handy. And Jordan, how many more days until the bliss? Debbie, Jim Thomas, hey, Deb, hola, Cam. Debbie, 24 days and starting to go a bit crazy. 24 days until she's on the bliss, and I'm going to get reports from Debbie on what's going on out there. Fantastic. This is going to be great. Thomas Henry, hi, everyone. 75 and very nice in Richmond today. Thomas, how you doing, pal? And Jordan, oh, my God, exciting. You are so lucky getting on this cruise. Thomas Henry wearing my blue, traveling with Bruce with the St. Thomas design on the t-shirt. Fantastic, man. That's awesome. Randy Lucas, hey, JT. Jim Thomas, if Clifford would give Deb a minute of time so she could pack for a trip. Oh, wait, Clifford, it's me. Randy Lucas is saying hi, Debbie. And Cam is saying hello. Lisa Moore, hello, all. Hi, Lisa Moore. Cam is saying 8 days for me, and he's on the cruise. FX Monte Cristo. Hola from Jamaica. How are you, FX Monte Cristo? MG2, I do not care for the horizon. Okay, too many people and no outside walk around promenade. Even the Lido deck has been scaled down due to the vendors. Ye Bliss was even worse. Have you been on all these ships, MG2? They're only a couple weeks old. John B. Hi, Bruce, 62 degrees in Potsdam, New York. Clouds and sun. Welcome back, John B., to the show. Debbie Manuel, hi, Randy. Hope everything. Hope you're enjoying the weather. Cam, hello, laugh out loud. MG2, you might want to stick to smaller ships then. Yes, Cam. Yeah, stick to the Jade. Stick to the Norwegian Sun. Stick to some of the smaller boats that have the promenade decks and enjoy. Absolutely, nothing wrong with that. If the larger ships are too big, they're too big. I hear you. What are you going to do? This is part of the problem with the cruise line right now. Cruise lines are building their capacity at a record pace. They're not only coming up with new ships all the time. Some cruises are like a ship a year. In MSC case, the MSC cruise line, they're bringing out almost 2 ships a year. It's quite stunning. Excuse me, but the thing about the new ships are these aren't 2,000 to 2,400 passenger cruise ships replacing old 2,200 to 2,400 cruise ships. These are new cruise ships in the 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 range, and we're talking about 5,000, 6,000 passengers replacing a 2,000, 2,500 passenger ship. So we're adding 3,000, 3,500 passengers additional capacity per ship per cruise line. And in some cases, it's 4 or 5 cruise lines that are doing this. I mean, we have to add in not only Carnival and its new Vista class ships. Then you've got Princess adding ships. You have Holland America. Of course, they're not adding 5,000 passenger ships, but they're increasing their fleet size. We're talking about Costa Cruises. We're talking about MSC adding 5,000 passenger ships every time now. Royal Caribbean, 6,500 passenger ships with the Oasis class, the Quantum class. Then we have Norwegian adding big ships, the Bliss, almost 5,000 more passengers. So what we have here is a scenario where cruise lines are loading up on big passenger cruise ships in an awful hurry, and they're looking to they're going to have to look to rebook these cruises, these ships, fully at 104% to make them pay. The older ships that used to be retired when the newer ship would come in, not being retired, they're being refurbished and being repurposed either as a booze runner type ship like Norwegian Sun, Norwegian Star, Norwegian Sky. These ships are now running 3 and 4 day cruises out of Port Canaveral or out of Fort Lauderdale or out of Miami for the Bahamas, private island, and they're throwing in the case of Norwegian, they're throwing in the drink package as a standard deal. Rather than make it optional, they're just adding it into the cruise price, and that's standard fare because they know that it's a 3 day booze cruise, 4 day booze cruise. Because these ships being refurbished and all, they're fine. They're fresh looking and all that for the passengers on the passenger decks, and they'll refresh the rooms. The problem is that the ships cannot add very high-end sophisticated water park systems up on the top. They were never designed for that kind of design. They don't have the engineering in place, and they just don't have the capacity to add the machinery anywhere on the ship to add that kind of that kind of feature. Whereas our friends at Royal Caribbean, they're taking now 10-year-old ships like the Mariner of the Seas, 10 years old, was the largest ship at sea when it was launched 10 years ago. They're now taking that ship and completely remodeling it with a very much enhanced flow rider machine on the back, two or twin tubular water slides, 300 feet long in distance, I believe, each one. A water splash park on the other side of the top of the deck, and then they're adding the virtual reality bungee jumping trampoline rides with the virtual reality glasses. I mean, they are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on their cruise ships to bring them up. And yet the Mariner of the Seas, once it's all completely remodeled and refitted, and 104 new rooms added to the ship, all of which are inside rooms or ocean view rooms, they'll increase capacity upwards of 400 passengers. They'll increase all of these new facilities. And then the ship is destined for 3 and 4 day cruises in the Caribbean. And that's it. They're not going on 10-day runs to South America or 2-week runs through the Panama Canal. These ships are being used as 3 and 4 day runners through the Caribbean only to the private islands to maximize out their profits as much as possible, because they want to take you to Coco Cay, they want to take you to Labadee, and they're hoping that they can get maybe on a 4-day cruise, they can get a wedding cruise in there. And they'll take the wedding party of 20, 30, 40 people to Labadee or to Coco Cay, and they'll arrange the wedding through the, where the cabanas are, where the pavilion is, and whatever. And, excuse me, and they'll offer the drink package to the passengers and offer you drink service on the island, Coco Cay and Labadee. You can enjoy the drink service there as part of your ship package, which might entice you to buy the booze package for the 4-day run, the 3-day run. And if it's a wedding package, they're going to do that to maximize out the bucks. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that's the way it is. This is how cruising is going. Where in the past, there used to be in the past, the deal would be the ship would be 20 years old, 25 years old. They would sell it off to a third world country, and it would become a glorified ferry runner. It might become a 2-night, like it would offer a ferry run from India to Egypt for 2 nights each way, and it would just go downhill in quality, because they really wouldn't refurbish it. They were just going to utilize it as a glorified ferry ship. Cruise lines are hanging on to these ships because they invested big money 10, 15, 20 years ago to build them. They want to run them for another 10 years and get 30 years of life out of them, maybe 35 years of life. And so for North American passengers or other areas of the planet, they'll move the ship to Asia, they'll move the ship to Australia, move the ship to parts of Europe, and offer offer cruises there, you know, at either a reduced rate or for whatever reason they'll run them in the Caribbean, perhaps as an all-inclusive booze type running ship. This is what cruise lines are doing with their ships. The problem is that by not unloading these ships, they're not reducing their berths, the number of rooms that they have available on a cruise basis. And used to be, if the cruise ship was only going once a week, you only had to sell out the ship once a week. Now you run the ship for a 3-day and then a 4-day and a 3-day and a 4-day. You got to sell out the ship twice a week. And the 2,100 passenger cruise ship, the Norwegian Sun, now has to have 4,200 bookings a week to be filled up. On top of that, you got the Bliss at 5,000 passengers a week on a weekly run to Alaska. You've just taken one ship that used to run once a week at 2,100 passengers, and you've now added, with these two ships alone, you now have 9,200 bookings a week that you have to sell out your line. And this is a public company. Norwegian is a public corporation, and 1/10 of a 1% difference in profits, the analysts in Wall Street will take note. And this is what's beginning to happen for the big three. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian are becoming they're under pressure. Their shares are under pressure. We'll have to see what happens. Let's see here. MG Toe is saying he doesn't like to be on 5,000 guest ships, rather 3,000. Lines everywhere, and doesn't like the fact that you have to make reservations. We've talked about this before. Very good point. Rayvon, you're here. How you doing, Rayvon? Welcome from the UK, I believe. Tracy Dunlop. Now you know, MG, don't go on those. Stay on the small ones and the older ones for sure. Cool Jazz, cruise ships are now compatible to the new airlines, A380s and stuff, geared to move people in abundance and make more money. If you fill them, it works. The formula is there. You just got to make the formula work. Valen is here. Valen Martinez is here from Argentina. How you doing, Valen? Nice to have you back. Seakeeper, and here comes the storm. Water drops the size of egg yolks falling horizontally. I hope the power doesn't go off. Dinner is in the oven. Hang on, Seakeeper, hang on. Cool Jazz, older ships have become more profitable for 3- and 4-day trips. Very true, Cool Jazz, if you can fill them. This is the trick. MG2, I read on Cruise Critic, the Norwegian is going to start a $25 embarkation and $25 debarkation fee. I don't know if that is necessarily a fee for the embarkation, debarkation. I think what we're talking about is they might be offering a early de-embarkation deal. One of those deals that faster to the fun pass, like Carnival has, or like Princess is investigating to do an early embarkation deal and an early debarkation deal. I'm not sure how this is going to go over, especially if there's a slowdown coming. I think those won't last long. Lisa Moore, well, why MG? Thomas Henry, save the fee. Don't ever leave. Just stay on the ship until they kick you off. I love it, Thomas. I'm with you. Seakeeper, Royal Caribbean had a video on YouTube showing what would be complimentary at Coco Cay, also showing what would be for fees. Keeping my troll hammer at the ready. Right on. Cool Jazz says it ain't so. Say it ain't so, MG Toe. Now they're going to start to nickel and dime folks like the airline. I don't know, Cool Jazz. I don't really know if that's really going to be a problem. Michelle Lucas. Today, remembering our D-Day Normandy Princess tour cruise this past April, dreaming of another back-to-back. Yes, my dear, I can certainly see why. That was an awesome time you guys had on 3 back-to-back cruises. Iskew Park. Hi, Bruce. Hi, fellow subbers. It's Iskew in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's +13 here and sunny. Sorry I missed the first half of the show. No big deal. We're saying hi to everybody, talking about a few points. But yes, today's headline on my show is Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. The shares are falling in price after the stock analyst, raised concerns about their earnings capabilities going forward. Morgan Stanley, an analyst with Morgan Stanley, downgraded the 3 shares, mainly Carnival. He actually downgraded Carnival because he's worried, or I believe it's a he, worried about the 2019 earnings that were being projected or estimated by the cruise lines. Factors leading to this downgrade, and it affected the shares, by the way. The shares dropped in price. Factors were stuff like higher fuel costs, because we are noticing that oil is now, even though it's backed off a little bit lately, it's around $65, $66 a barrel. where it was in the 40s and 50s for most of last year. And of course, cruise ships use a lot of fuel to move those monsters. The higher total number of ships at sea. I was mentioning yesterday how there are 386 at sea now. There are going to be over 400 by next year. There'll be over 500 within the next 10 years or so. There'll be that many more. It'll be quite interesting to see what happens there. Higher capacity per ship, the number of cabins available per ship and the capacity of the ships has increased and is continuing to do so. Older ships are not being dropped as fast as they used to be. This is causing an issue. Industry needs to grow by 9.5% in overall growth to allow the industry to make the profits they thought they were going to make, because you've got to grow your business by 3 to 4% just to handle the capacity increase that you've added to the business. And then you've got to grow your business by 6.5% that you've projected the business was going to grow at anyway to keep your profits at the levels you thought they were going to be at. Earnings growth projections are in trouble. Travel agents are reporting a slowdown in sales in the Caribbean. They're reporting a slowdown in the China market. And I can see that because the China market is actually under a bit of duress because of the government of China. There have been a number of issues lately regarding permits for cruise lines, getting permits approved from China because the Chinese government is deeply concerned if a cruise is going to start in Shanghai, they want to know where it's going because their nationals are on the ship and they want to be sure that where their nationals are headed to. And if there are issues in North and South Korea, they don't want cruise ships going there and they want their itineraries changed. Or if China doesn't want cruise ships going to Taiwan for political purposes, or they're having a spat with the Philippines regarding any of those islands in the South China Sea that the Chinese military seems to be dredging water to make these islands and then putting landing strips on them with anti-aircraft guns all around them. Doesn't look like much of a civilian airline aircraft area. Looks more like a military base in the middle of the ocean, this much closer to other countries. And then China puts a 200-mile territorial limit around that spit of land that they call China, and they claim the seas and all the resources and all the rights for themselves. And if other countries start to balk at that, China doesn't want their citizens to go to those countries for visitations. Cruise lines are caught in the middle of this mess, and it's only going to get worse. Don't think this hasn't even started. This is only the beginning. There are going to be problems in Asia with regards to cruising. For a cruise line to have a cruise start and end in Japan, bring out your wallet because it's incredibly expensive to operate out of Japan. And even then, where can the cruise ship go safely without being hassled by the Chinese military or other militaries? To have a cruise line operate in and out of Taiwan, kiss your opportunity of visiting China goodbye. They may be so upset politically, they may not allow ships in there. They may ban all a cruise line's vessels because if you do business with one country they don't agree with, you're done. If you want to cruise in and out of Singapore, you can, but a lot of regulations and it's not cheap. At a time, it used to be in the old days that Asia was a cheap market to operate in. You could just bring a ship there. It could be a third-class quality ship. Operate out of Asia all you wanted because you're paying 20 cents on the dollar for labor. You got cheap prices and all this stuff. Not anymore. Asia is becoming much more expensive and becoming politically trickier to work with. Cruise lines had been counting on the Chinese market, the Asia market, to be a big growth leader for them. They figured that that would be an area that they could really get their teeth into. But in the last year or two, not so good. And with trade wars now the norm between the United States and China and possibly other countries, there's not a chance. There's not a chance that Norwegian and Carnival and Royal Caribbean are going to be welcome in these countries all that much. They're going to be highly restricted as to what ports they can get to. There may well be a head tax charged on passengers going to some of these countries as a retaliation. It's just business, nothing personal. It's just business. Welcome to the Godfather series. This makes stock analysts twitchy, very nervous. And this guy or gal has put these stocks on notice to their investors. Another problem, strong US dollar. When President Trump puts in trading restrictions and starts to circle the wagons around the home front, international investors start buying US dollars and US dollar backed assets, because the one government that they figure will be able to pay its interest payments every month, every year, US government. Because even if they print more money, they'll take that, they'll accept that. But they will not accept bonds from Italy or from Spain or from Greece. They'll dump those and they'll buy the American safety net first. Now, as an American, if you're an American, hey, you know, it's great. Your country's strong. It's perceived to be a strong country, safe place to invest. It's great. Problem is that the US dollar goes up in value against all other currencies, which means that foreign nationals can't go on cruises based in US currency. And all of a sudden, you've got these Caribbean cruises that used to be a super cheap bargain that are all of a sudden 10, 15% more expensive to the end buyer in Europe, Canada, the rest of the Caribbean, South American passengers. We don't fly into the US. We don't come into the United States on an airplane. We don't come in to rent a car for a few days. We don't rent a hotel room. We don't go on a cruise. Vegas feels it. Disneyland feels it. Universal feels it. Disney World, they all feel it. And America's strong, but it's weak. It wins, but it loses. And the rest of the world just doesn't feel welcome and doesn't feel like it wants to be participating. So they'll cruise in the Caribbean. They'll cruise with MSC and Euros. They'll cruise with Costa Cruise Lines, which is owned by Carnival. I grant you that. But that's not going to make up for the losses that Carnival's going to have domestically when they lose 5 to 10% of their market share, because they're not coming. They're not going to come to the Alaska cruise. They're not going to take the Hawaii cruise. They're not going to take the Mexican Riviera cruise. They're not taking the New England cruises. Oops, we've got a problem, Houston. There is a shortage of passengers, and cruise lines are going to get very creative very quickly to find ways to get bodies on cruise ships. And what did I talk to you guys about, 3 days ago? We were talking about this. Alaska cruises, out of all places, Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver, British Columbia has been bragging about the fact that they had their 25th millionth cruise passenger go through the port of Vancouver, British Columbia last week. It's a made-up number. It's a made-up deal. There's no meter. I don't know where they're coming up with these numbers. It just conveniently came out that in May, the beginning of the year, 25 million passengers. Yeah, well, okay, here we go. How about cruises on Princess Cruise Lines for $199 for a week? Inside room or ocean view room, or $400 for a balcony on a couple of these Princess cruise ships leaving Vancouver and heading to Anchorage for 7 days, and then grab the same cruise from Anchorage back, same price, $200 US for a week. Those prices, you don't make money as a cruise line. You're giving that unit away. You're just trying to recoup any kind of money you can. You want bodies on these cruise ships to top up the capacity. It's possible that the cruise is already at 96% capacity, but they were banking on 102% capacity. They didn't get it. And this 4 points or 6 points, the 6% less number of people might be 150 people, 125 people. That's all it takes. 125 people less every week on 4 or 5 cruise ships, multiplied by casino play, multiplied by specialty restaurants, multiplied by a bottle of wine, drinks, drink packages, specialty dining, added up on the onboard spending. We know that onboard spending can be $50 to $100 a day per passenger average. You multiply that number by how many folks aren't showing up, and it starts to add up. And these are the profits we're losing, because the ship pays for all of its expenses already. It's got the gas in the gas tank. It's there. The staff is on board the ship. They can't lay off waiters. The crew is there. The laundry services are there. All the expenses are there. The 96% passenger capacity number has paid for all the expenses. That last 5-6 percentage points, that's adding to the profits. Whatever profits they're making at 96%, the next 6% capacity is gravy, all gravy, and they've lost it already. And we haven't even started yet. This is only just the outer indications of something's up. And no one wants to talk about it because cruise ships can't talk about bad news. It's all sunny and beautiful in Miami, and cruising for Alaska is all great. Everything's happy, but there are indications on vacationstogo.com. You've seen cruise deals out there. We've talked about cruise deals out there. Why are there such great cruise deals? Why are there all these offers for freebies? Why are there low deposits required all of a sudden? When the business is supposedly booming at all levels and all is well. It's because it's not all well. And this is some of the stuff that's coming out. The analyst today predicted that Carnival was going to be 11% short on their earnings projections. They figured 11% off their numbers. Royal Caribbean by 3% and Norwegian by 5%. And this is early. We haven't even begun to see any problems here. If this Italian investment issue continues, which we saw last week, where interest rates doubled in 2 weeks in Italy from like 1.5% to 3%, if we see interest rates do that in Spain, and they start to do that in France, perhaps the UK with Brexit, if we begin to see more trade issues between the United States and Europe and Canada and Asia, we're going to have GDP numbers be revised lower across all the Western economies. America will feel it too. And cruise lines will immediately see a drop in bookings. People do not book cruises a year from now if they think they might be laid off. They're not doing it. Or if they feel that the prices are coming down in the next 6 months, they won't book today. They'll wait it out. And cruise lines were banking on the fact that they could build out cruise ships in large numbers, in large capacity scenarios, and they would just fill up automatically. The ride will continue. This is a huge ride that we're on. We're going to continue on this ride. They didn't count on oil hitting through 60, 65, touching 70 last week for a bit. They didn't count on the US dollar pricing out foreign tourists. And they didn't count on the fact that the capacity growth would actually impact on their smaller ships. And yet this is beginning to happen. And it'll be quite interesting to see if these 3 and 4 day cruises to the Caribbean start coming in at really good prices. It'll be great for consumers who have the time and the money to go, but it's a nightmare for a publicly traded company because an 11% drop in Carnival earnings from 2019, that could equate to a 20% drop in price for the stock. From these levels, they're already at the lower end of the year number as it is. Carnival stock 60, 61. Royal Caribbean is around 104. Norwegian's around $51 a share. Norwegian is trading at 15 times earnings. If Norwegian has a 5% drop in earnings, the price of the stock could drop to the low 40s without any trouble whatsoever. There's no dividend on Norwegian, so you buy it as a capital gain type stock. Now, here's the good news, I guess. If you buy 100 shares of Norwegian for $5,100 and you go on a cruise for a week, you can get a $100 credit, room credit, being a shareholder. And if you do 3 cruises a year, you get $300 a year. So $100 a cruise every time for a cabin credit. 5 years from now, if you've done 15 cruises, you've been paid $1,500 in cabin credits, which practically pays the tips, by being a shareholder in Norwegian. Chances are you're probably not going to lose a lot. You might not make a lot. You might be breaking even on the price of the stock, but you got $1,500 in freebies by being a shareholder. Carnival, same thing, $60 a share, you get your $100 credit. Same with Royal Caribbean, you get your credit. So if you're an avid cruiser and you love to cruise a couple of times a year or more, you want to be a shareholder of these companies, even with the shares where they are. And of course, the strategy you can employ is you buy the stock before your cruise, get your credit, take your cruise, sell the stock. And if you've made a couple of bucks, great. If you've broken even, great. If you haven't made money, if you lost money, hang on to the shares and go for another cruise. And if you take a 2-week cruise, 15-day cruise, like a repositioning cruise, which is cheap anyway, you can get a $200 to a $250 credit and take 2 of those. Now you're getting $500 a year from the company just to hold the stock. So it's like if you can get $500 a year in shareholder money from credits, Well, that's like $5 a share. So the shares can go down $5 a year for 5 years in a row. You're still making money. You're still ahead of the game. But they're not going to do that. But they will fluctuate in what's going on. So we'll see what gives. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to just catch up on messages here because you guys have been writing away while I've been yapping here. Let's see if I'm up to speed here. Here we go. Cool Jess. I know this weekend NCL was $53.50 a share. Was thinking of buying too, and it's now down to 51. I think it was even at 49 the other day. Cam, when are the liquid natural gas cruise ships coming out? Starting next year. They're under construction right now. They're about to start hitting us. We're going to hear all about it, Cam, very shortly. MSC is leading the charge. So is P&O Cruises, the Carnival people. We'll see LNG ships shortly. Sylvia, hi, Bruce and everybody. 83 degrees in Greensboro, North Carolina. See, I added my picture. A friend at work had to help me laugh out loud. I got it. I saw it. It's fantastic. You got your cube. Thank you so much for picking that up. It looks great, Sylvia. I got the email today. Tracy Dunlop, don't know how to do that, Sylvia. Not sure what she's asking. Sylvia, I had to ask a young person at work. I didn't know how to do it either. Tracy, ask someone who's young. That's exactly how you do it. Sharon at Sea is here. Sharon at Sea, how you doing? Carnival rums on full capacity to the Caribbean. Sharon at Sea, how you doing? Runs, not rums, but we know it's a booze cruise, so yeah, rums. How are you, Sharon at Sea? Nice to have you here. I got to have you on my show. Yeah, I need to have you as a guest. Love to have you talk to me on the phone even, and we'll do a phone interview. You can say hi to my gang, and they can say hi to you. Send me a private email if you can, and we'll have a chat. I'd love to talk to you about it. Below here on my description, when I post this video or yesterday's video, which I've already posted, you can see my email address. Drop me an email, and let's have a chat. I'd love to talk to you guys and see if we can get you on my show. MG Tow with $199 Alaska cruise, you need to add $268 port and taxes. Then your $13.50 a day gratuity, so that adds up to extra money. Absolutely right, MG. That is true of any cruise. It doesn't matter if you pay $750 for your cruise. You're still going to pay port charges, still going to pay tips, still going to pay specialty restaurants, still going to buy your drinks. But if the cruise is off from $700 to $200, something's up. Something's up. Debbie Manuel, hi Sharon, enjoyed your videos while in Mexico. See, what do I tell you? Tracy Dunlop, many here in the U.S. are trying their best to make changes in midterms and then in 2020. We shall see. That is a big risk, a big pull to see what happens there. MG Tow. So your $199 cruise now costs $700. If you buy 2 to 4 drinks only on your cruise, that's another $30. Not to mention what you pay for air, typically $500. MG Tow, no arguments here. That's exactly how the cruise business works. That's how the vacation business works. If you're going to fly to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico or to Dominican Republic, or you want to go to Miami and spend a week at the Fontainebleau, bring your wallet, baby. It's going to run you, but much more than a cruise. Much more than a cruise. And Jordan, welcome, Sharon and MG Tow. MG Tow, don't forget the pre-cruise hotel and parking. Tracy Dunlop. I will, Sylvia. Fantastic. Suzanne Hoffman is here. Attention, cruise ships. Give me a bargain and I will show up. And I think they're coming. I think we're going to see bargains show up, Suzanne. Good for us as consumers. Good afternoon, everybody. Tammy Ray saying, hi, Tammy Ray. Cam is saying, hola. Sharon at Sea. Royal stocks continue to rise. Carnival fluctuates, although up $20 a share since I purchased a couple years ago. NCL, not much change. That's right, Sharon. The markets, they've had a good run. I mean, there's no doubt about the overall Dow and the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. Been a good couple of years. But when the analysts begin to say, I'm beginning to see signs on the outer edges of weakness, vulnerabilities, stocks react quickly. They don't wait for they don't. It's kind of like war. Shoot first, ask questions later. Sell first, and then figure out what to do with the stock. A lot of analysts are starting to pile on the cruise lines, and the cruise lines are desperately saying, "Oh no, it's great, all is well." Everything's fantastic. Our bookings are at record numbers. We're at high capacity. Our onboard spending is at the record numbers, and on and on. But the analysts are going, yeah, but you're offering free drink packages on MSC. There are all-inclusive deals or all kinds of deals being offered by Norwegian. There's 5 different deals being offered. Pick 2 of them if you want, even for a balcony passenger or an inside passenger. Then there's the zero deposit or $1 deposit deals. Then there's these one-off cruise numbers that come out at the last minute. Super cheap. It's the last 10% of the bookings where the big money is made or lost. And if the cruise ships are not at top, sell out, we're in trouble. We'll have to see how this plays out. Heather Young, your views are going up. Fantastic. And Jordan, welcome, Suzanne. Chevy in first. Hey, y'all, 109 days until my first cruise on Carnival Conquest. It's getting closer. It's coming, Chevy in first. Hang in there. The countdown is on. In 10 days, you're under 100 days. Sharon at sea. Hi, Debbie. MG Tow. Sharon, I liked your Splendor vlog. MG Tow, I did the Splendor Panama Canal cruise. Sharon at sea. The cruise lines are adding more upcharges. Yes, they are, aren't they, my dear? It's quite interesting to see how they're trying to find ways to nickel and dime us on this and on this and on this. But if you're a savvy cruiser, you can limit that. There's ways to keep it in check. As Cam, sadly, they are, Sharon, MG Tow, too many nickels and dimes. Sharon at sea, thanks, MG Tow. And Jordan, welcome, Chevy in first. MG Tow, Carnival up their dividend. Cool Jazz sailed on the Conquest back in 03. Chevy in first was a nice ship back then. Chevy in first, Cool Jazz, I hope it's been refurbished since then. Sadly, only one pool still, I hear. Hola Chevy, Scam is saying, Thomas Henry, it was hard. It was hard, Sharon Swan. Cool Jazz. Funny you say that, Bruce. I was thinking about that also. Buy and cruise. Tammy Ray, I have 2 Carnival cruises booked. I better check my prices. Always keep an eye on them. Always. Excuse me. MG Tow saying, most fun I've had with Carnival are the fantasy class ships. But Carnival is dry docking them and adding 200 to 300 balconies. Yeah, they're trying to keep the ships alive another decade. Keep them rolling another decade. MG Tow, the Spirit class Carnival ships are great sightseeing ships. That's why they were created. Yeah, they really changed the game. Obviously, Carnival's evolution of design has been quite stunning. Of course, if you take a look at the Elation or the older ships that they built back in the 90s versus what's coming out today. Fantastic. It's really fantastic. The ship coming shortly, the Celebrity Edge, that's a whole new look to a cruise ship with that blunt nose front and that sliding, that elevator lift on the side. Don't know how popular that's going to be. Don't know how practical that's going to be, especially on windy days. We'll have to see how that plays out. I personally would not want to have a balcony with that thing coming in front of my room. I'm not sure if there are balconies with that unit going up and down in front of the room or not, the way to design it, but I don't quite get it myself, but it's a quirky thing. The Seaside and the Seaview, twin sister ships. Seaview just got launched this past week, by the way. Stunning design, no question about it. Absolutely stunning how they design them. The question is, will they pay? The Seaside, of course, had its issues in its first couple of months. We all know about that. But the issues seem to have lessened. But the pricing on the Seaside, still bargains. As a 5-star cruise line, which MSC wants to be known as, they just cannot get $700-800 a week from these balconies on the Seaside. Not consistently, anyway. They were available for a while. We were noticing on the even on CNN ads and other places, we were noticing ads on the Seaside in the mid 400s and the low 500s for a balcony for a 1-week Caribbean cruise. In late this year, the 600 includes, and a drink package, as we all know, is $50 to $80 a day, depending on the line and so on. I'm surprised that MSC is having a tough time, or still having a tough time, getting top dollar or getting a reasonable dollar for their ship. They're up against, like, they're basically Carnival is getting for their ships in a balcony. That's not even getting Carnival prices on a $1 billion cruise line, a cruise ship. And that, to me, makes you wonder, something's up. Something is going on here. Is MSC a lousy marketer? I don't think so. Is MSC, have they totally misread the U.S. market? Partially, maybe. Have they got the wrong kind of travel agents promoting the? Maybe. Travel agents have backed off from taking bookings on the Seaside. They won't book it because they've had complaints from their passengers who come back, their customers. saying all kinds of problems, the food problems, the reliability of the elevator system, lineups, I mean, issues, just issues. The entertainment issue, and I won't go into the others. We'll have to see how that plays out. Let's see here. Cam, I miss the old days of cruising when they used to pamper us much more than they do these days. That might be coming back. You never know. Cool Jazz. Seaside was designed to reflect those condos on the Miami waterfront. Yeah, the look is one thing, but the practicality of it is the other, isn't it? You can't deliver a solid product. You're not going to get top dollar, and you're going to have to lower your price to fill your ship. Now, they are filling the ship, that's for sure, but they're not able to raise the price high enough, because with a drink package of, say, $60 a day at 7 nights, that's $400, $420. The cruise is $650 on the balcony. You can get balconies for $650 with a package. That means the cabin is $230 for the week. That's not good. That's not good. That drink package should be $60 a day in the bank. That should be $60 a day in the cash register on the seaside, and it's not. It's taking a drink package to sell out the cabins, the balconies, and all balconies are available for this deal. So something's up there. Cool Jazz. Sorry, Tracy Dunlop. I personally much prefer the more casual cruise now. Cam, Seakeeper, you just went off focus and sound is iffy. Oh, the reception. Let me just take a look here. Oh, it looks awful. Let me see if I can fix it at all or help it at all. See if I have to adjust my bandwidth a little bit and see if that helps at all, folks. Let me know. I can't really do much on the internet. If it's going bad, it's going bad. We'll take a look here at, I'll see if I can do a speed test. Talking to you guys live. See what I can do. If anything can be done, I don't know. Running a speed test right now as I talk to you. Hopefully the picture's still there. And we'll see if the server's being contacted. Oh, it's awful. It's slow. It is struggling. Sorry to say, not much I can really do about this at the moment. I just try to adjust this bandwidth, and hopefully that'll bring my voice in line. Let me know, people. And Jordan, so true, Cam, all this nickel and dimes, which they didn't charge so much for everything. Cam, laugh out loud. I do too. I was just joking, Tracy. I'm too young to even know about the old days of cruising. Cool Jazz. Well, MSC is trying to break into the U.S. market, folks. Not familiar with the brand. Tracy Dunlop, laughing out loud. MG Toad, the new ships are nothing more than a shopping mall on water. Steaming Bean on the school bus returning from my field trip in Flin Flon, Matt. Welcome back, Steamer. We went swimming. Did anyone talk back to you today? How's it going there with those great fibers? Stacy Waltrip. Hi, guys. Just a little late today. Hi, Stacy. MG Toad. I'm looking out from my home, and there's an MSC cargo ship in the bay. Second largest container ship company in the world, I believe. They're huge. Tina Hote was on the Conquest this past February, was refurbished. Nice ship, right on. Good to I think, we do know that once they are refurbished, it's great. The first week after refurbishing, there might be people still around doing little things. Hopefully they're not. But a week or two after refurbishing, you're on virtually a new ship. Certainly from a passenger deck point of view, the restaurants will be refurbished. The hallways are refurbished. The carpeting will be all replaced in the hallways. Hopefully, the rooms will have been taken out the old 19-inch flat screens and put in a 32-inch flat screen, or they took out the 22-inch and put in a 40. All that stuff. There used to be a time. Remember when the TVs were always in the corner of your cabin in the sort of the shelving units? They stuck it in there. Now they're flat on the wall right in front of your bed. In more and more cases. But they got to put the wiring in behind there, and there's all kinds of work to be done. It's a big job to do that for us in passenger ship and up, of course. Big money, but it's what you got to do to compete. Steamy Bean, they love my cannonball. The steamer is one biscuit short of a big mark on the weigh scale. A cannonball must have been something. It must have been a tidal wave, buddy. That's awesome. Seakeeper swimming in Flin Flon. I hope it is in a pool. Stacy Waltrip, no thumbs downs today. That's a good sign. Wow, we'll see how long that lasts, Stacy. So far, so good. And Jordan, laugh out loud, Bean steaming community indoor pool. Right on, Steamer. No money, no problems. And no sun shoes, no ticks, and no fish nipping at your heels. Tracy Dunlop, that would have been something to see. Bean should have done a video about you doing a big old cannonball. I don't know if that's fit for YouTube consumption. I really don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to see my picture on the tube. It's just awful. I'll try another run here, another lowering of my bandwidth to see if it has any effect. We're getting towards the end of the show anyway, but it's too bad that the show is the quality is deteriorating here. Steaming Bean Community Indoor Pool. Oh my goodness, Seakeeper. I hate having to axe my way through the ice before I have a swim. Yeah, I hear you there. You don't want to be doing that. But then if you do, you can always throw a fishing line in once in a while. Hopefully catch some dinner. Oh, man, unbelievable. Well, there you go. Folks, I want to say thank you. Come by my Facebook page, Traveling with Bruce, and check it out. It's a new group page on Facebook. We got almost 100 followers now. You're welcome to join and post photos, videos of your trips gone by, your favorite cruise ships you've been on. Join the Facebook page and say hi to me and all the gang there. If you're addicted to cruising like most of us are, it's a place to go 24/7 for a fix. And thanks again for all of your support for my channel. Thanks again today for the PayPal. I got a PayPal contribution today. Thank you for that. Right on the air. That was from Cliff Thomas. Thank you so much, Clifford Thomas, for that. I really appreciate that. Thanks for supporting my store and my merch and grabbing yourself some mugs. Fantastic. Here's one of my personal favorite logos. Love it. Really appreciate that. And thanks for checking out my Amazon link on my channel, linking into Amazon.com. If you want to buy something on Amazon, go through my link on my page here in the description below after I post this video. Any of the videos I've done lately, the link is in there. And shop till you drop on Amazon. Let them pay me a royalty. What the heck? Every little bit helps. Thank you. Any YouTuber out there, you want to be on the show, love to have you as a guest. Drop me a line. There's an email is on the description here below this channel. Hi to me with an email, and we'll make arrangements to get you on as a guest, and we'll have some fun with it, and we'll talk about traveling and YouTubing and everything else. Seakeeper says, ice fishing in a miserable activity. I once got 55 pounds of ice. Cam, I'm going to join the group. I'll be waiting for you, Cam. I'll approve it. Stacy Dunlop, good show again, Bruce. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Stacy. Debbie Manuel, have a great night all. See everyone tomorrow. Thanks, Debbie. Steaming Bean, 40th thumbs up. Thomas Henry Bean, glad it was indoor. Too chilly, even in Richmond today at 74. Cam, good night, everyone. See you all tomorrow. We've got thumbs ups, 41 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Love the thumbs ups today. That's great. None of the haters were around, so fantastic. Sorry about the quality of this picture, but hopefully tomorrow we'll be back up and running in no time. And we'll be back to normal. Scott, Stan, thanks, everybody. Thomas, Henry, Cam, thanks, you guys. Have a great evening. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying thanks for joining me. Thanks for your support. It was June the 6th, 2018, D-Day. Bruce, as always, see you tomorrow. Bye, Debbie. Thank you, and Jordan. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Thursday night, 2 shows, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We got trivia tomorrow night. Get ready for trivia. We'll have fun, everybody. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later. This is Bruce saying bye for now.